B&T Sportstalk show. Man, we on a late night show tonight. A little later than usual. But if you're joining us, we appreciate it. Happy Memorial Day coming up real soon, tomorrow. And, man, we're happy to be with y'all, discuss all of what's going on, especially within the NBA. Definitely some turn of events in the championship game, the Eastern Conference and Western Conference final game. So we'll definitely get into that, as well as some other sports entertainment. Go ahead and like and subscribe, too, while you're at it. You know what I mean? If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it. Like the video, jump in the chat. Let us know how you feel. B, how you feeling, man?
Feeling good, man. My one-off day. Get to go to work tomorrow. Thank you all who served this great country to allow us this day. Well, allow most of y'all this day off tomorrow. T and I got to work tomorrow, so
we'll be working.
Yeah, we'll be doing that. But thank you all who, put their life on the line to sacrifice for this greater country. I got this great dad joke though. Can I say it real quick?
Yeah,
I really have a good one.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna hit you.
Let's do it.
Yeah, man. Hey, what do you call an old snowman? Ice water.
No, man. What do you call an old snowman?
Ice water.
Ice water? Oh, yeah. My God. Okay, got it. Because he meant it. Hardy har har. Har har har.
Don't forget, you all can use that one. And I found that one very funny, okay?
Okay, all right. Hey. All right, and on that note,
let's get this show started.
Let's get into it. Let's jump into, I guess we can start with the game that just ended. We had a very interesting Game 3 between the Knicks and the Indiana Pacers. Looked like it was going to be night-night for the Knicks, and, we see Stephen A. Smith crying on television tomorrow morning. But somehow the Knicks, from 20 down, find a way to get back in this game in the absolute do-or-die moment. And they dug deep and found a way to pull out a win in this game. Karl Anthony Towns, a huge component of them getting back. At one point, like I mentioned, they were down by 20 points. I think they cut it to 13 or so going into the half. Yeah. And then from there, they went on a nice run and turned the defense all the way up on the Pacers, who just could not find a way to get the offense going in the second half. They definitely took advantage of that. Josh Hart was in there with some huge rebounds towards the end of the game, was one of those guys who did everything outside of the scoring box to help with the win. But I got to give it. I've got to give it up to Big Cat, man. I've given him a lot of slack over the years as far as his performances, how he plays, the fact that he doesn't play as physical as a game sometimes, likes to shoot threes. But this game, he was doing it all. He really got it going in the second half and was really their go-to when Jalen Brunson was, Jalen Brunson had collected 5 fouls and they were leaning heavily on Cat, and he was knocking down threes. He was driving to the rim. He was doing a little bit of everything. So, man, what were your thoughts on the game, man, if you got a chance to catch some of it?
I think the biggest thing was them starting Mitchell Robinson over Josh Hart today. I think that was a bit of an interesting move, but I think it lit a fire under Josh Hart today. Look, obviously he's going to be a professional, and he's going to do what's best for the team, but the man started all year, right? Like, you just don't change your roster or your starting lineup right in the middle of the Eastern Conference Finals. Being down 0-2, this was a pretty gutsy move, and it paid off. Like, Josh Hart may have only scored, I think, 6 points today?
Yeah, 8 points.
But it was the rebounding, it was the assist, it was the dirt. It was kind of like that extra motivation that him getting benched kind of sparked him a little bit here. That may be a fire that New York finds, because honestly, dude, they needed it after the debacle in Game 1. A close game in Game 2, it coming down to the final shot, to a must-win in Indy, where the Pacers have been good at home all playoffs here, and they come out with a win. I think that was very, very key. What I don't understand though is how did Indianapolis find a way not to get Jalen Brunson out of the game? I know he really wasn't a big factor with the kind of games that he's been having lately.
Yeah.
The man had 5 fouls with 5 minutes left.
Yeah, well, Tibbs did a good job. Tibbs actually took him out of most of the rest of that game until like the 3 and was it like 2.5 minute mark. So he wasn't in the game for a good portion of that time, which may have helped then. By the time he got back in, the game was so tight that maybe Indianapolis wasn't as focused on trying to get him that sixth foul. They also kind of struggled offensively down the stretch as well, although it was close those last few minutes. But they had already given up a 20-point lead by then. And I gotta say, man, if you look at the first couple of games, and even this game, these games are only being separated by 1 or 2 points each game. So as much as we want to say that the Pacers have shocked us and they've taken a 2-0 lead, either one of those games could have gone either way. And so I think this is a scenario where the Knicks have to hopefully understand that, not get down on themselves, and they showed that grit today. Where after losing 2 games, they could have been demoralized, just said, look, pack it up, we're done. But they fought back down 20. They fought back. They got in the game. They won the game on the road. And after losing 2 games at home, and this kind of lets me know going forward, man, the Knicks have a great opportunity to tie the series up. It's not going to be easy, but none of these games have been easy. So it really is just going to be about the last 2 minutes of the game and who can make the best shots. And more importantly, the Knicks finally did a better job of making free throws down the stretch.
They've been atrocious lately, man.
Yeah, Karl-Anthony Towns, I think, made one, missed one in the previous game, then end up going into overtime. When you're down like that, you have a chance to go up 4 points, last possession of the play, you got to make that shot. Ask Dwight Howard, who missed 2 free throws in I believe it was game 4 or 5, or for game 4 against the Los Angeles Lakers, whenever we came back and beat them in overtime. All you got to do is hit those free throws and the game's over. And so it was imperative that they get that done. The Knicks did it this time with Jalen Brunson hitting 2 very important free throws, and that was it. Game over. So we'll see what happens next one.
It's hard to think that Indiana got relaxed with that 13-point lead. We all know 20-point leads just aren't safe in the NBA no more. Like I said, a 20-point lead is like a 10-point lead in the NBA here. But I don't think Indiana. I want to call them Indianapolis, man. Like what in the world?
Major city there. Major city.
That's true. I don't think Indiana's going to really fault too much from this year. Like they still played a really, really solid game. I just think that you had a Knicks team that couldn't afford they can't afford to go down 3-0.
Yeah.
Like this was on the verge of being a sweep that quickly here. And now the Knicks did a great job. They extended the series, right?
Yeah.
So now they know they can get one more at home. Now you put a little more pressure on Indiana to win game 4 so they can avoid an extra game after game 5. So I think the pressure now is on Indiana to try to deliver on, putting a stranglehold on the series, because you go back 2-2. Well, now it becomes, the first team to win at home pretty much.
Yeah,
right? And both teams would have won on the road.
And I'm glad you brought that up because, both of these teams, neither one of them made it to the finals, right? A lot of them have some younger players, some with experience like Cat, who's been in some playoff series, of course. Jalen Brunson, but most of these guys are newer to it. And although Indiana's played together for a while, taking that next leap to get to the finals is a little different. So, man, I'm glad you brought that up because, it does kind of put the pressure back on Indiana. You can't kind of play the underdog anymore at this stage in the game. You're going to have to – there's no more favorites. So when the pressure comes back to the Pacers, are they going to answer the call, or are we going to see what we saw today where the opportunity was there, but when the Knicks start chipping away – the grit from the Knicks to want to compete and move forward wasn't matched by the Pacers. So are the Pacers going to really take on a Game 7 mentality in the next game to try to, push through? Or are they still going to be thinking in their mind that they're playing with house money and that they could lose this game but not lose the series? So I don't know. We'll see what the mentality is like. They've been pretty consistent. I'll give them that. But we'll see what it looks like in the next game.
The Knicks definitely had a Game 7 mentality here. And they didn't get defeated getting down big, right? Because that place was rocking.
Yeah. I turned away. I turned away.
It was more than a 20-point lead. I think it was like 25 at one point that Indiana had. And, they kind of rode the ship. They said, all right, you had to think of the mindset. You're not going to get all 25 points back, but cut it in half, right? 10 point a 10-point cut gives you a little more confidence going into the third quarter. And I was sitting watching the game. I'm like, yo, first 5 minutes of the game or the second half kind of will determine how the rest of this game goes. And Indiana couldn't push that lead back up to 20. The lead never saw 15 again. New York started chipping away. Then you see that momentum swing start to take place. Karl Anthony Towns goes off, and all of those 20 points in the fourth quarter really mattered for them tonight. So it was big.
Big time. So, no, again, that's the question, right? We talked about it. There's going to be a new champion this year. We got 4 teams that haven't been in the finals in some of them ever, and the others not in a very long time. So we don't know which one of these teams is actually poised to make that next step. So we'll see if Indiana can take on that pressure, and can they put their foot on the Knicks' neck in the next game and go up 3-1, because 3-1 is just like, it's the next step above 3-0, right? Or the Knicks can flip this entire series on its head by winning the next game.
In the other day. You mentioned the 4 teams in it. The team with the most experience right now is Indiana, because they were in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. The rest of these 3 teams, well, I mean, you can say Minnesota as well.
Yeah.
But when you look at it, I see as Indiana being the kind of the more polished team here. So pressure cooker, what is it, Tuesday? Can't wait to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to be good. We got Top Dolph chiming in. B, I told you no sweep against the Wolves. We definitely talk about that game. Hart, huge rebounds in the last 4 minutes. Yeah, we talked about that early. He actually had 10 rebounds for the whole game. He was the second highest rebounder, I think it was it Mitchell or Cat. And he was, B talked about it, Top Dolph, if you weren't here earlier, B talked about how the fact that he was benched and did not start this game kind of helped light a fire under him, and he really wasn't trying to do too much. He was really just trying to do what they needed from him, and I think he accomplished that for real.
He sure did. Like that was big time. But Karl Anthony Towns, I think he had like 5 or 6 rebounds in like the first 6 minutes of the game. So they got off to a pretty good start, but. Yeah, I think Josh Hart coming off the bench and kind of anchoring that there and kind of supplying that little spark that they needed it got him into the rhythm of the game quickly too. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe Tibbs rolls with this.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'd be shocked if I wouldn't be shocked if Josh Hart came off the bench again.
He might, or maybe Tibbs was just trying to send a message, man. I don't know, but yeah, either way, the Knicks super gritty. Dug deep, and this was another incredible game in a series that's been one of the better series that we've had in the last, 5 to 10 years, honestly. I mean, I know people
This has been a good series.
Hopefully people are paying attention, because this is really going to be a close series going throughout. So this game isn't a whole lot to talk about, but we'll talk about the series overall. Bottom line is OKC went up 2-0. This was a pride game for Minnesota. This was a pride game, and they had to really show. If you saw the way Ant was playing, throwing the ball at SGA after the foul call, most of the Timberwolves players were pretty frustrated about playing this team.
The merchant of free throws.
So they were very upset. So this game, they did a better job of guarding SGA. They came out on fire in the first. They were up by 20 after the first quarter, I believe, and pretty much off to the running after that. This was just a complete annihilation and blowout. I don't expect the next game to be like this at all. I think this is one of those ones where you just get your butt handed to you and you just go back to the drawing board and try again, because SGA had 14 points. Only shot 4 free throws. That's not going to happen again. I mean, I know people don't like to hear that, because this guy does get some calls. He gets calls. Okay, we're not gonna.
The guy gets so many calls. It's disgusting. The king of flopping is about to take over with SGA, man.
Hey, he's not the first one. All right, he won't be the last.
He's not, but he's taking full advantage of it.
Yeah, he is. He definitely is. I will say that. It was good to see Ant get the 3-pointer going, because I thought that had been missing through most of the playoffs, to be honest with you. So to see his 3-point shot falling was really good. He went 5 for 8, so he shot 62%. So, and to be honest with you, the whole team was feeling good about themselves, because let's be honest, they were up by a lot. They didn't allow OKC to get back in the game, which is good, but this was a good old-fashioned, behind the barnyard ass kicking. So,
it sure was.
I expect the Timberwolves defensive intensity to stay at this level. However, I do expect OKC to play a little bit better offensively as well. So we'll see what that next game looks like.
Well, and so now this is where a young OKC team gets the brakes beat off of them.
Yeah.
Right? Now, how do you respond in game 4? Do you return the favor in game 4? You clean up these little errors. Like, to be honest with you, this is a game that the Wolves were just, you could say we're almost perfect yesterday. Yeah. And there's just nothing you're going to do about that, right? Yeah. You just, the Thunder literally said, you know what? We're going to pack this one up. We're still up 2-1.
Yep.
We have the home court advantage because of winning those first 2 games. Let's go get it. Let's go get it tomorrow. And then we'll reevaluate after that. And there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah.
Like, you just got to know that, you're working from a 40-point deficit. You get it down to 19. That's the most you're probably going to get it down to. There's no way. You're just exerting so much energy for that. And so I just don't think the Thunder were just too concerned about that there. The Wolves had to be perfect, and they absolutely were. Like you said, Anthony Edwards was the top 3-point shooter?
Yeah, most threes. Yeah,
most threes, and he had been a shell of himself in the first 2 series, and then now he got it going at home. So I don't know. That could be a good sign for the Wolves. But my big thing is the turnovers that Minnesota has, the bad turnovers that they have, and OKC absolutely ran up and down the court, and they could do that. And so if Minnesota just limits the turnovers tomorrow night, this series may be 2-2, but I don't expect OKC to lose 2 in a row. I just don't.
Well, here's the thing, right? The Minnesota Timberwolves shot 57% from the field. They shot 50% from 3. So can they replicate that? Maybe, but they're probably not going to be able to do that the rest of the series. So the point is, OKC has to look at this and from their perspective say, hey, look, they had a good shoot night. We didn't have it going. We got to come back with the same energy and defend better. And that's what I see. I see the next game being a lot closer, though. I see the next game being definitely a good, hopefully, a nice back and forward, down the stretch, big shots and big game type situation in the next game. Because this one was not worth watching.
Let's be real, T. Ain't nobody shooting 50% from the field every single game.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure. 57, damn near 60%, yeah.
So if you're the Thunder and you go, it took Minnesota to shoot 57% from the field in order to be comfortable and beat us, I'm like, that's fine. One game out of most of them is not going to hurt.
Yeah. No, absolutely, man. No, I feel that entirely. And,
can we get on the SGA talk? Because I'm tired of watching him head throw to sell calls, dude. It's look, everybody does it in the league. I get it. His is a little atrocious.
Okay, Jalen Brunson is also pretty good at this.
Oh my God! Did you see when he tried to take the charge?
No, I didn't see that.
So he was trying to take a charge and he got bumped, right?
Yeah.
It looked like he got spun in the air, and I'm like, dude, he did not hit you that hard. Like, when they called a blocking foul, I'm like, that should be a blocking foul. In fact, he should be kicked out of the game for flopping that hard, man. It's bad.
Guys are literally growing their hair out so that they can flip their hair back whenever they get hit. I mean, you got your boy SGA went to the Chris Paul, James Harden school of collecting fouls, where the moment you get impact or somebody bumps into you even a little, you throw your arms and your head all the way back, and then you shoot the ball. That was James Harden every single game.
It's this right here that gets me.
Yeah, right.
Dude, you are not getting hit that hard. Like, right. Get out of here with that. Like Charles Barkley said, he'd been kissed harder than that.
Yeah.
But like that's what drives me nuts, man. It's like these guys look for fouls just way too much, man. The league just has to be a little more strict on this.
Well, I think they could shut down some of the flopping, which is a little bit excessive, and hopefully at some point they do. But I don't know, man. I think it is a part of the game, and you'll see it kind of pop up now and again. Because if you remember, this all started with Manu Ginobili and all the other great players from back in the day, and so every 3 to 4 years, we're going to have somebody that's able to manipulate the game by doing it. Let's not forget James Harden won the scoring title doing this.
Yeah, dude, it drives me nuts, man. Like people be looking like Merton Haynes back in the day, trying to sell a claw. Do you remember Merton Haynes?
The long neck,
for the Niners? Long neck. Yep. He used to do the little chicken head dance when he was anytime he made a big play.
Yeah.
And for all you youngsters there, look it up. I mean, it's not going to be in HD, but it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
You never really saw something like that.
No, it's definitely crazy. I guess.
Well, let's talk about it. We got game 4s across the board, bowl series down.
Yeah.
Bowl series 2-1. Let's start in the Western Conference. Is it going back to OKC 2-2 or 3-1?
You know, this is tough. I'm thinking it might be 3-1. I'm anticipating that this next game is going to be close.
Yeah.
But the one thing I've seen with Minnesota in the past 2 series is that they can have a good game here or there where offensively they're great, but they're not necessarily the most consistent team in that regard. So they've had game where they kind of, offensively they're amazing, and then they follow up with a game offensively where they're very, very stagnant. I think OKC is going to put the clamps down a little bit harder. I think Minnesota still has a good opportunity to win the game because they are at home, but I anticipate this game being a lot closer. OKC, if they can shoot the ball, because they didn't shoot the ball very well in this game at all, if they can get some type of offense going, if they can try to get SGA in that mid-range, and I think, kind of like what you were saying, B, SGA is in that position where he's kind of looking for contact in order to get himself to the free throw line. This is one of those games where, in order to get himself going, he's going to actually have to make shots. It's not going to be a game where he's going to be able to go to the free throw line and get himself into form by shooting 20 free throws a game. This is going to be a game where you're going to have to score 30 to 35 points, and you're only going to get to the free throw line maybe 10 times. And that's the type of game he's going to have to live with. So he's got to come out there looking to not create contact for the purpose of creating contact, but really look to get to his spots in the mid-range and score. And I think that's what's going to help open it up for the rest of his teammates. Because quite honestly, wherever he goes, they go. If he's going to have a crap game, just like today, he only had, or not today, but the previous game yesterday, he only had 14 points. Well, guess what? Nobody else had a great game either. He's the leader of their team. He's got to be the star of the show, and he's got to really come out and actually try to score the ball. Not throw your head back, but actually try to score the ball. So yeah, I got OKC winning in a close game. I think they go back home 3-1.
Yeah, I think it goes back home 3-1. I think that was the one game Minnesota got, because Minnesota still has to play like it's game 7, and that's going to be a tough challenge for them in its own. So yeah, because I have OKC in 5. So, or I had them sweeping them, I think.
Yeah, I got them at 5.
Yeah, you got them in 5.
Yeah.
I had them sweeping. Oh,
yeah, wow. I just, whenever the Wolves beat the Lakers and then the Warriors, one thing I noticed that when they got after those big offensive games, they really slowed down quite a bit. Their defense really stepped up against the Lakers, which helped get them out of that game. Obviously, the Curry injuries would help them there, but this team has been a little inconsistent offensively, and I doubt that they go 60% from the field and 50% from 3 in this next game.
Oh,
I doubt that.
I got some beef too. Okay, there was a picture that came out that Ant Edwards had been taking out legends, right? Like he took out who did he take out?
It was Durant,
LeBron, and then Curry. Curry played 13 minutes in that second round, all right, before injuring his hamstring. So I'm not trying to hear that he took out a legend in Steph Curry, because last time I checked, they were down big while Curry was playing in that game. So I'm not trying to you get them dishes.
I got a conspiracy theory for you.
Hey, man, you can't leave my bald head alone, dog. This hat was constructing my head hella hard, man. He said, yo, you get them dishes, sir. That was a good one. He's referring to me as Mr. Clean.
Dang, man, that's rough. Man, welcome in, y'all. Hey, look, check this.
That thing is polished, bro.
Hey, well, it's gotta be. Man. It's gotta be.
I know, right?
Gotta be clean.
I use McGuire's on my head to keep it shiny, keep the haters blind.
That big ass polisher, the one, that motorized one. You know what I'm talking about?
Exactly, the one that detailers use on cars. I use for my head.
Right. Shiny. Look, man, I was thinking about this, and I have a conspiracy theory, man. look, it's kind of looking like we're gonna get a Midwest Finals or something too, because there could be a situation where we have Minnesota playing the Indiana Pacers in the finals, or we have a combination of anybody not named New York in the finals, where you've got OKC against Indiana. And I got to imagine that Adam Silver is probably out there telling people, "Oh yeah, look at all the parity in the league," but secretly, he's thinking, "This is not gonna work. The ratings for the finals is gonna be hot ass trash if you're anywhere on any of the coast in the country." So look, my conspiracy theory is 2 things happened. Right, the first domino to fall was Luka going to the Lakers. That was number 1, right?
Yeah.
You can guess what the second domino is. You're going to like what I'm going to say, although it doesn't strictly mean your team. Giannis is going to the West Coast. So Giannis is going to the West. Now, you're saying Warriors for obvious reasons. You're a Warrior fan. But he could go to, there's some other teams on the West that he could also go to as well.
Who would he go to on the West? I don't know,
man. Somebody. We figure it out. But either way, the Adam Silver is in the works.
Adam Silver's throwing up at home right now.
In the off season, you better believe that Giannis is going to be on one of these coasts, not in the middle. He will not be in Milwaukee. He will be in a big market in one way or another, because they have to make sure that they get these ratings up, man. And dude, I'm excited to see it, but if we're talking about the regular everyday fan that maybe doesn't pay attention to basketball as much, OKC in Indiana is not going to bring that person to the table to watch the game.
Your average fan? Hell no.
Yeah.
To us? Yes. Because we know the game, and there's other people out there as well. But when you take someone off the street, an average NBA person, and plant them in front of this TV, and you go watch this, and you're like, who the hell am I watching?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like baseball last year, where you had the Yankees and the Dodgers in the World Series, right?
Right.
Baseball feeded off of that, because they're 2 of the worst. I'm going to say it because I'm a Giants fan. They're the worst markets you can ever think of, but they're baseball's biggest markets, right?
Yeah.
LA and New York. So they got the highest ratings. You know why? Because they forced it down our freaking throats, right? You can't force OKC and Indy down people's throats and say, this is what we wanted in the league, right? But that's not the team's fault. It's not. We're not trying to take that away from them. But when you look at the ratings, this may be the lowest rated NBA Finals if the team from New York's not in it. I can promise you that. And then Adam Silver's going to be like, Giannis, go sign with the Warriors.
Here he goes. Here we go with this crap. So, yeah, and there's a lot of rumors going around about Giannis going to the to the West Coast, and he's been hinting at wanting to be in California. He's been putting up some cryptic tweets, and it is starting to look like he ain't gonna be in Milwaukee next year. It'd be interesting to see where he goes. Kevin Durant is another name who could go somewhere and change things around. So it's gonna be really interesting to see what happens. But you for sure got to know that after a season of talking about how the ratings are down, the league is not trying to have that finals.
It's not like they're not. They're going to have that finals.
Yeah, well, they don't have a choice now. Yeah, it is.
You know what they should call it? The Flatland Finals. That's what they should call it.
The farmer finals. Farmland final, plainland finals. I don't know, man. The hearth of the country.
The tornado finals.
Tornado finals. Something like that, man. Yeah, but yeah, no, man. I think we've got that. We've got the NBA in a nutshell. A lot of games coming up next week. I'm excited to see what happens. I saw Luka the other day.
He was in his hometown, man.
Real Madrid game. Looked a little thinner. I mean, I don't want to get too happy, but
first of all,
he looked a little thinner.
How do you get that thin? It's only been about 3 weeks.
I don't know.
Lakers been out of the playoffs.
He put the burgers down
like a rail right now, man.
He lost like 20 pounds in a month somehow. I don't know what else. So I don't know.
Literally, dude, the guy, he looks like skin and bones right now. And literally a month ago, we were all calling him a whale. Like, what in the world? Let me know your secret, man. Let me know what you were doing. I need to drop the LBs myself, man. Like, how'd you do that?
And so for folks who are just chiming in, or if you're just joining us, Luka Doncic was at a Madrid game and was visibly skinnier than what he looked like less than a month ago.
Looked like he shot that baby gap just now, man.
Hey, man. I'm excited. I'm glad the guy looks thinner. You could even see it in his face. His neck is there. He doesn't look chubby around the face.
It looks like his neck grew 3 inches after losing that weight.
So I'm anticipating the in shape. I'm anticipating. Here's my over under. We're gonna go over 2.5 dunks next season for Luka Doncic, and that's saying a lot. The whole season. Oh well, okay. Maybe I'll go a bigger number. Let's go 10.
Oh, less than that. He ain't dunking. Less
10 times, 82 games? Let's do it.
I'm less than that.
I'm going over. I'm going over.
Nope.
We're going to get a tracker.
Just because he's skinny don't mean he dunking.
We're going to get a Luka tracker. It's going to happen. When the season starts next year, we're going to have a Luka dunk tracker. Okay?
Well, because he ain't dunking donuts no more, so I guess we can put it... We can talk about
his ass hanging out with Charles Barkley and shit.
Oh man! Well, Charles Barkley, what's he? He's sponsoring that new weight loss thing where you just shoot it in your body and just lose weight.
Shoot it up.
Yeah, Ozempic. No, it's not Ozempic.
No, it's like the knockoff brand. It's like the.
It's the Temu version of Ozempic.
It's the Payless Ozempic. The Payless Ozempic. Come and get it. It's brought to you by Charles Barkley. It's probably got flavors and everything. No.
Yeah, it's got a Dunkin' or is it, what's his favorite donut? Krispy Kreme donut, vanilla flavor, and just shoves it right into his
stomach.
Yep. What in the hell, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, I'm trying to think of anything else happened this sports in chat. Jump in there if you guys got something you want to.
WNBA, man. We got to talk about the WNBA, man, because it's been really worth watching to if people haven't been catching on lately.
Yeah.
The Golden State Valkyries, let's talk about the Golden State Valkyries. Got their first home win in front of a sold-out, back-to-back crowd, sold out over 18,000 at the Chase Center. Folks, they are not playing in a small arena. They're playing in a full-size NBA arena. They are selling it out. The fans are buying into it. I'm buying into it. I love it. It is some loud responses happening. Then they go down to LA and beat the Sparks on their home court. So the Valkyries 2-1 so far. I'm not mad at that there.
Just happy they beat LA. I
you know it. You damn right.
Any chance you get any time you get a chance, man.
Why wouldn't I take that opportunity? Now I have a WNBA team that's going to go down to LA and beat their WNBA team. Sign me up for it all freaking day here. Who else? Paige Beckers finally had a really good game for Dallas. She finally had, I think it was like 19 points. But it was the defense, it was the passing as well. On top of the scoring, man, you really can't beat that there. Caitlin Clark, let's talk about her because everyone loves talking about her. She had a little dust up with Angel Reese.
Yeah, well that was like when was that? That was the foul thing, right? Was there something else that happened?
Yeah. No, that was the foul thing where she got spun around in a circle. First of all, Angel Reese sold that like she was in an opera club. And
you sell the foul, and I did see that. I don't know why it escalated into like some type of almost. It's not like they're really gonna fight, right?
Look, Caitlin Clark walked away. Caitlin Clark did nothing. That was a standard foul.
Yeah, it was
across any league of basketball. Maybe not CYO, but
here's what I love about it though is like they keep playing the game of sort of the they're fighting it. They're up against each other. They're rivals. You sort of have the villain depending upon which side you're on. And I think that's going to be good for the WNBA. I keep saying it. So Angel Reese should just keep doing what she's doing. Yeah, she jumped up like something was going to happen, but nothing was really going to happen. The NBA doesn't even fight. The WNBA does fight. There was one women's college basketball fights all the time, actually.
Oh my God.
But WNBA, I haven't seen a fight. I haven't seen too many fights there yet. I remember the Brittany Griner thing some years ago where she got into it.
Yeah.
I don't know who won to fight that. I don't want her. Can I say? Is it her? I don't look. I don't want to. It might be them or something. I don't want to mess it up. But either way,
it's her.
She's the tallest person on the court by far. She has a deeper voice than I do. I wouldn't want to be a girl fighting her. Not at all.
No. I wouldn't be a guy fighting her.
So he's
Get
6'9".
What, man?
6'9".
But look, the league has had a great start over the last 2 weeks, right? Like the popularity that the league has grown, the players are on a new level here. Asia Wilson has, living up to the MVP from last year here. Dude, it's been great to watch, and I'm glad that the WNBA is succeeding right now during these conference finals here, because honestly, we wouldn't be talking about it had it not be for these players here. So I do want to give that love and that credit to the WNBA here. I got my tickets to see Caitlin Clark at the Chase Center.
Oh, okay. They're coming to play the Valkyries.
They are.
Wow.
The ticket prices finally went down. I mean, I'm still paying. I paid 3 digits to go see Caitlin Clark. But
dang.
Look, man.
Have you ever spent that much to see a woman before? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you.
Well, I'm saying generally most of my dates are about 3 figures. But look, it's a generational talent, right? Like as an NBA fan, we pay the money to go see a guy like Ant Edwards and maybe, Victor Wembanyama, the face of the future or the league's best player, right?
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark's the league's best player. To me, in my eyes, I'm going to say that. So why not go pay the money this year? I do want to see Asia Wilson when she comes into town. When the LA Sparks get healthy, I do want to see Cameron Brink. She's an ex-Stanford player from right up the road.
Kelsey Plum.
Got Kelsey Plum as well, who, I mean, she's still single. Hey, man, right here.
Yeah, what happened to that guy? Remember the tight end from the Raiders? She was got engaged to
Darren Waller. Your boy Darren Waller.
There you go. That guy's career sunk so fast, man. My boy career sank.
He made the Titanic jealous the way that career just.
I'm seriously, man. Like he was on top of the world, and then got engaged to this WNBA player, and then right after that got traded. Didn't see the ball anymore. Raiders drafted a tight end. He ended up in New York. Does it matter?
DeVito?
No. The one they just let go.
Oh,
Donnie Jones.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Daniel Jones. Absolute garbage. Good luck. So yeah. Yo, you gotta check out this. I can't believe we got off topic with that there. Kelsey Plum, if you still are listening, please.
I don't think she's watching the show. To be honest with you,
but
it's a good ploy. Nice try though.
How
tall is she, man?
I don't care how tall she is.
I know you don't. I'm just saying, like Waller was like 6'6". It was a big guy.
That didn't mean nothing. Apparently, I'm gonna bring a sign to the stadium that says Kelsey Plum. I'm single with the arrow pointing right down.
There you go.
That'll be perfect.
There you go. We'll see if you get caught on TV. Put you on the camera.
I know, right?
Hey, worst case scenario, she notices it. You get an autograph.
I'm not there for an autograph. I'm there for a date. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna pick her up in a 4-cylinder truck.
I don't know, B. I don't know. I mean, hey, but I'm not mad. You gotta shoot high. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Shoot high. Aim high. Know what I mean?
Aim high, Willis. I'm gonna aim high.
What did Jordan say?
What's gonna happen? She's not gonna acknowledge the sign. Like that's fine with me.
What did Jordan say? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Exactly.
So I'm
gonna take a shot.
Take a shot, man.
In fact, you know what? My banner is gonna be so large. I'm gonna drop it from the second level or from the top row and let it dangle.
Get your ass kicked out the stadium like that.
Man, it's too expensive. Expensive kick out. It's gonna say, Kelsey Plum, please, can you go on a date with me? It'll be the longest banner from like court end to court end.
So, folks, you heard it here first. Valkyries are playing. No, that's the Sparks. Sparks playing the Valkyries at some point in the Chase Center. Look out for B. He will have a sign saying, Kelsey, will you marry me or some crap, or will you go on a date with me?
Let's not move too fast on things, okay? Like,
wait a minute.
Right off the bat.
Wait a minute, you gotta make a big ass.
Yeah, but for a date.
Yeah, okay, but I mean, it's all about getting attention, right? It's all about getting attention.
You don't want to scare the person away. I can't say that, Kelsey Plum, would you marry me? Like, dude, she just got done divorcing Darren Waller.
This is a shot in the dark, bro. You can't go too hard.
I mean, I guess I gotta go for the million.
Go for the jugular. Dude, just marry me like that. Don't even. Why start with date? I mean, you're gonna bring this big ass sign. You got to make it provocative. It's got to be some people are going to put the camera on so that she'll actually see it and somebody will point it out.
I'm gonna put fireworks. I'm gonna put fireworks on my sign and then shoot them off in the arena.
Yeah, because I'm gonna promise you this: you won't be the only guy there wishing that they get a date. You know what I mean?
Nah, well, they won't. I'll be the only one with the sign though.
Yeah, well, there you go. There you go.
What else do we? We just got so off topic with my own life. It's kind of funny.
It's all good, man. It was the WNBA got you mesmerized.
I love the WNBA right now, man. I'm telling you, that's not my problem, dude. You know me. I'm an advocate for women's sports. The Women's College World Series. I used to coach women's fast pitch softball. I used to coach it. So the Women's College World Series comes around the corner, dude. I'm glued to it. I absolutely love watching it.
Yeah.
And then when you get a chance, check out Nafisa Collier. She can ball.
I'm sorry.
Plays for the Minnesota Lynx.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look up a photo and then I'll see
future wife, hopefully.
What are you really talking about here?
Future wife as well.
Well, apparently, she's
averaging 29.5 points a game in the league right now.
He's got a thing for really tall girls. So if there are any tall women out there.
This isn't a dating show.
B is your guy, man. He's got his ladder ready, baby. Don't you worry. He's the man.
He's got his ladder ready. Come on, man.
Oh man.
Let's get into a little bit of baseball talk. I know we don't really do it as often here, but baseball's up and running. We're about to hit June in baseball, so you kind of get an understanding of what your team's going to be after 2 months. I mean, we could talk about my Giants here. They are, I think they're 2 games. They're a game out of first place now to the other team in blue down the coast.
Let's take a look. That's right. That you mean the Los Angeles Dodgers? Yes.
You can call them by their name. I won't. The Giants just got done getting in Washington and taking 2 out of 3 from the Nationals. But I want to talk about baseball for a little bit, and this is not just like diving deep into it, dude. This dude Cruz hit a ball 122 miles an hour today. 122 miles an hour today. It went out of the park, and rightfully so it should.
Hopefully.
but I want to take the opportunity to talk about how difficult baseball is. You can hit a ball at 100 miles an hour, right, and still be out.
Yeah.
How crazy is that? For you to absolutely hit the sweet spot on the bat, put a 100-mile-an-hour ball into play, and be called out. Like, it's very frustrating here. So I just wanted to take the time to just really acknowledge that, baseball is one of those difficult games where it's like you can be your absolute best and still have one of the worst days you've ever had in your life, going 0 for 5 and shit.
There's too many damn variables in baseball for me. I never was good at hitting the ball. I could catch, I could run, but man, I could not hit. And, just trying to get the hand-eye coordination. You're talking about after all that, you got to hit the ball. You got to hit the ball in a certain spot. You got to hope that the wind is going in the right direction. You got to hope that a lot of things happen and go in your favor. And for a guy to hit a ball and return it 120 miles an hour, that's kind of ridiculous. I mean, seriously, like the man hit the ball so hard that the ball was like, I'm gonna stop for a tenth of a second, and I'm gonna completely go in the opposite direction faster than I arrived. Like that's what just happened.
It came at him at what? We could just throw a number out there, 90 to 95, and he sent it back 122 miles an hour. Like, what the hell, man?
I ain't doing that for real. I'm literally seeing the ball come so fast. I'm like, look, pause. I can't even swing the bat fast.
Oh man, you set yourself up for that one, my dog. I'm lucky if I tip the ball. I'm having a great day. Look, dude, you need to stop right now. Things are just going bad for us.
Hey, man, as long as we're having fun.
We're talking baseball, everybody.
Yeah.
We are talking baseball.
Baseball, so. not the Diddy case. We're talking about baseball. Okay, just so you know,
dude.
Hey, have you some of the? Hey, I'm sorry, we going on another tangent. Some of the weird ass stuff that is being said has me thinking about the people involved. I already thought Diddy was nasty. But the fact that they made that girl go up there and say all that stuff, I'm looking at her crazy now.
Cassie?
Yes. I'm like, wait, they did what? What? No, bro.
I'm glad they ain't broadcasting this on TV.
No, man. This is worse than Amber Heard taking a dump on what's his name, Pillow.
This doesn't even match that.
Not even close.
Kidding me?
Are you kidding? Like, and we can't talk about it because of how just it's pretty rough.
It's bad.
Let's just say that Diddy liked a certain type of lotion rubbed on him, and it wasn't a lotion that you could find in a normal place. It's just like the skits. Remember the skits from Dave Chappelle where he made the Cambodian breast milk. Remember that breast milk? Right you make my day, yeah. So
I was really like that years old when I was today years old when I found out Astroglide was a thing.
Who? Oh yeah, well. There's a lot more going on than that, brother. That's the tip of the iceberg, man.
Oh, man.
And it's just like, man, I'm having a hard time keeping up. I don't want to. And then the fact that she's up there pregnant, having to go talk about all this stuff, just makes it that much worse.
Your now husband
in the stands,
listening to what you did, seeing the text messages that you sent. That, folks, you can't get away with text messages, okay? It shoots back up at one point.
Yeah.
Like, you can't get rid of it.
Dude, could you imagine? I mean, at that point, as a grown-ass man, this woman is on trial. She's up there, big old stomach, pregnant, all this. Would you even let your wife go up? Like, why even do this?
She had no other choice.
I guess she doesn't, but, I mean, it make him look crazy. It makes him look like the very end of the race. My man was at the finish line chilling after she had been. Sorry, I don't want to get too out of character here. After she had run the whole race, we'll just say it like that.
Yep.
He was at the very end.
She ran through the tape. That's
and
sure.
There you go. And not trying to be rude. It's just a weird scenario, and I think that P. Diddy should definitely go to jail. He's absolutely insane.
It's just the start, man.
Yeah, I know.
It's just the start.
Oh, man.
Okay, let's bring it back. Let's. Well, you know what? What I'm about to segue into now is weird. But did you see the tush push debate that took place?
I didn't see a debate. I did see the fact that they let it go. The tush push isn't going anywhere, Eagle fans. You can keep your stupid play that you do for 2 to 5 yards, but I did not see the argument. What was the argument? What's the argument?
So the teams, there was a vote, right? So the teams voted whether or not to allow for the tush push to be banned or not.
Yeah. Okay, I know that. I remember that.
Right?
Yeah.
There were 10 teams. I gotta find it here, but they announced the list of the teams that said yes to keep the tush push and teams that said no to it. I'm trying to find vote results here.
Well, we know Philly voted yes.
Yeah, Baltimore voted yes.
Yeah.
The teams voted for it don't even use it. That's the weird part.
Dude, every other team not named the Eagles should have voted no.
Okay, where is it? Okay, the following 10 teams reported to save the tush push by voting against the proposal. Obviously, the Eagles, the Ravens, the Browns, Detroit.
Wait, stop. The Browns. Why do the Browns even have a vote? They tush push.
You can't be called the Browns and not vote for the tush push, if you know what I mean.
Okay, I got you. Fair. I guess you're right.
The Detroit Lions, the Jags, the Dolphins, the Patriots, the Saints, the Jets, and the Tennessee Titans all voted to keep the tush push. You know what that means? The other 22 teams they did not want the tush push to be allowed to be in the game.
Which should have been everybody else in the NFC East at that point, right?
Yeah.
The Cowboys, the Giants, the Washington Commanders.
Not all those teams voted no.
That's what I'm saying. Any team in Philly's division, not named Philly or not named the Eagles, voted against this thing.
You know what the crazy part is? All the votes that said yes to keep the tush push are all on the East Coast. Every single West Coast team said no.
Yeah, because it's not West Coast style offense. It's weird, man. I mean, but you know what? Hey, if it's legal, I totally get it. The only thing is, you know how the NFL is. They want to see more touchdowns. They've been doing everything they can to run up the scores. Last thing they want to see is tush pushes 5 times. Like, what was that game? Wasn't that the play? Was that the playoff game where they did it like 5 straight times?
Yeah, because they were trying to jump the count.
Yeah, and it was that. Now that was stupid. That was dumb. Where dude just kept jumping over the line and they kept calling a false start, and it was that they need to do something about.
Look, man, you gotta stop it. As much as I hate it, you still have to find a way to stop it.
How about no tush push within 5 yards of the end zone? That's my vote.
How do you do that? Like, no, you can't do that. You can't do that.
I'm just making stuff up.
No tush push within 5 yards of the end zone.
Yeah, 5 yards, 5 yards forward, no tush push. Run the damn ball.
Yeah, so you want them to be doing the tush push at like the 40-yard line where it really.
Well, they do it all the time. That's how they get first downs. They get, you know what the Eagles do? They get to like third. They get to 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 2, and they just run that play every time. They do it all game, man.
Hey, man, I'm sorry, but I gotta look. My team, we don't face the Eagles as often, so I guess I don't have a problem with it. If I was the NFC East, yeah, maybe that's one thing. But hey, that's like these torpedo bats that the Yankees started putting out, right? They found it, so they used it, and obviously it hasn't helped them yet. But the league could benefit from the tush push. It's an automatic touchdown. You have to win the game by scoring points.
But it's not fun to watch. That's what the NFL wants to see. That's why kickoffs changed. That's why the field goals changed.
No, the kickoffs changed because people were getting absolutely mollywopped and murdered running down the field.
It also helps that the ball is closer, right? It also helps that you don't have kickoffs that end at the 15-yard line anymore, right? If you can get the ball started at the 25, the 30, the 40-yard line, that's more points on the board. NFL just wants to see points. They don't care about the players. Come on. They don't care about the players. They never have.
No, I mean, technically, with the more points means, yes, they do care about the players because we're not seeing so much carnage. Me, personally, I miss a kickoff, man. Like, dude, some of the hardest hits were dudes running down the field at, full speed.
1,000 miles an hour.
We're sports fanatics. This is what we came to watch. Like, I spent $100 on this ticket. I expect to hear a pad pop from 9,000 feet.
XFL shit. Excuse me, stuff.
It's not XFL, like.
Yeah, it kind of is. Like, okay, guys, who's getting the ball first? But get a coin toss. Just have 2 guys from 25 yards out just go right head on into the into each other. And hopefully one of them doesn't get concussed and somebody will get the ball eventually.
Look, I look at it like this, right? Every time there's a car crash on the road, do we not roll the window down and take a look?
Yeah, no. It can be entertaining. It can be entertaining.
And that's what the NFL needs. I mean, the NFL's a car crash. We stop to look.
Speaking of car crashes, you think Aaron Rodgers is going to play football again, or what's up with this guy?
You figured the Steelers would sign him after they got rid of their entire quarterback room.
Yeah, what the hell? What are they doing? They picked up Metcalf, and they forgot the quarterback?
They said, look, we're going to sign all these position players, but not have one. We're going to have Mason Rudolph throw to them.
Well, maybe they can call teams like the Browns and the Giants. They've got like 50 quarterbacks combined.
Yeah, that should not be allowed. Both teams have 5 quarterbacks in each room. What do you need that many doing? There's gonna be It's just gonna be a quarterback competition all camp. What the hell?
I don't know, man. I mean, if you look at the Browns, it gets worse, right? Joe Flacco and was it Gabriel, whatever his name is? You got Shedeur Sanders. There's one other guy in there I'm missing. Pickett. Is it Pickett?
Yeah, Pickett's in that quarterback room too.
Yeah, so it's like a room full of backups and rookies, and so it's stupid. And I don't know what Pittsburgh's doing, but they need to figure that quarterback situation out ASAP.
All right, schedule release. Since we're on the NFL, the schedule release is out. Here we go, having to play on Christmas Day again.
Who we got?
These international games. Where is it here? I'm trying to find it.
All right, let's see. NFL schedule.
Oh, you want to talk conspiracy theories? Here's one. How did the Niners be one of the worst teams in the league last year, yet they have the most nationally televised games?
Wait, who?
The Niners.
Oh, because of the last season, because of last year.
Oh, what they do last year?
Well, it's based on last. I mean, they competed. They made it into the didn't they? They made it to the playoffs.
Taj, the Niners did not make the playoffs last year.
Oh, they didn't. Oh, my bad. That's right, because the injury thing.
Yeah. Okay,
I don't know. It was the year before. I don't know.
And then 10. Oh, dude, they took our thing.
What thing? What?
So there's 10 grudge match games.
Oh,
games.
yeah, that's right.
They took our idea. We talked about that last year.
Actually, we did. So apparently, someone's listening. We do need to get paid, though.
It's the NFL, man. They ain't paying us. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, well, I guess you're right.
All right, Christmas Day, Cowboys at the Commanders on Netflix.
Oh, God, Netflix.
Lions at Vikings on Netflix. Broncos at the Chiefs on Prime Video. Dude, at this point, just lose your contracts with Fox and CBS, all right?
Yeah.
Just stream everything, dude.
It's going to be a lot of streaming this year.
Oh, God.
Yeah, well, if you haven't already, you better believe that you're going to get a notification from Netflix telling you that your bill is going to go up by $3 because the NFL is on Netflix.
Bro, my Netflix account's already $30 alone as it is. I don't need it to be anymore.
That's crazy, man. That's almost like full cable price at that point.
Cable? How is cable $200?
I don't know. That is, think about it. That is kind of stupid.
All right.
Who's paying $200 for it anymore? Everybody's streaming now.
Here's the international schedule. The Chiefs in the Chargers in Brazil. We didn't care about that to begin with. You got the Steelers and the Vikings in Dublin. Should be a really drunk fest out there. The Vikings and the Browns in London. Congratulations, London. You got the Browns again. The Broncos and the Jets in London. Dude, the Jaguars might as well just move to London because they play the Rams in London. The Falcons and the Colts in Berlin. Then the Dolphins and the Commanders in Madrid. They have to stop this international.
The Madrid, that's new. Spain? I don't remember them playing in Spain.
That's a new place there.
Yeah.
But they have to stop this.
Yeah, but it's just the NFL printing money. You know that, man. They set up these games, and it's just like whenever you watch these international games, you see everybody with a T-shirt or a jersey or a hat that still has the tag on it. All they're doing is just cashing in real quick. That's all they're doing. Quick cash in. They get the players in there. They have them play on some old soccer field. They cash in a few million probably way more, a lot more than that actually.
Disgusting.
And then they go and they put it in the bank.
All right, and then Thanksgiving, Green Bay against Detroit, always a Thanksgiving special. But then you get the Cowboys and the Chiefs. Interesting. Oh. Patrick Mahomes' first start at that big ass stadium.
Is that what they're calling it now?
That's what I'm just calling it that. AT&T Stadium, is that what it's called? And then you got the Ravens and the Bengals on Thanksgiving, followed by the Eagles and the Bears on Black Friday. These Friday games, they need to stop, man.
Nobody wants to see the Bears.
Nobody wants to watch games on Black Friday. Nobody wants to watch football on Friday. Football is Sunday. Saturday for college.
Not anymore, baby. Now it's Monday, Sunday, sometimes it's Thursday, and then sometimes Friday.
Okay, top 10 grudge matches. You got the Seahawks and the Steelers. Again, you got Metcalf.
Yeah,
that's a good one. I guess that's pretty much it. Number 9, you got the Ravens and the Bills in Week 1 from the AFC divisional loss, where Mark Andrews couldn't hold anything.
Yeah, he couldn't.
Then the Ravens go back to Kansas City. Thank you, Lord, for putting that matchup together again. The Lions at the Commanders, Week 10. Vikings against the Seahawks, Week 13. Sam Darnold. Who would have thought Sam Darnold's grudge match game be something we all pay attention to?
Yeah, sure. Interesting.
The Cowboys at the Bears. I don't know how that's a grudge match, but it is. The Patriots at the Titans. I don't know how that's a grudge match, but both teams still suck. Here's a good one. The Chiefs and the Bills.
Yeah, well, that's always
going to be a good one.
Game. Yeah, absolutely.
The Steelers at the Jets. The only way this is even remotely a grudge match is if Aaron Rodgers signs with the Steelers.
Yeah, sign the contract, yeah.
And then you get the Super Bowl matchup. The Eagles go to Kansas City Week 2. That'd be interesting to watch.
Yeah, it should be. Excitement is already there because once the NBA finals in, So it's already going to start talking about NBA offseason. Then we're going to get into the NFL pretty quickly. So,
I'm sorry, one more thing. Here's my announcement. Giannis signs with the Warriors on July 16th.
Okay. All right. We'll see.
Mark it down. July 16th. Giannis signs with the Warriors.
Whatever. And on that note, we're going to head out. We appreciate y'all joining us this evening. It is late show, so it's good to got in a late show this evening, so that was cool. Thank you for joining us. We generally run our shows on Sunday, usually at 7 p.m., but the way things have been going, we just had to kind of push it back a little bit. So we appreciate you joining us. Go ahead and hit that like button on the video. Hit it now, please. And then hit the subscribe button as well. Check out some of the videos that we're posting on a regular basis. We got some fun stuff on there. Just some highlights from a lot of things really around the sports world. So check us out. And thank you, Top Dolph and Yop, for getting into the chat. And
making fun of my bald ass head. Yeah. Appreciate it.
Dang, man. I mean, just rude. Y'all have a wonderful. We're
gonna astro glide out of here, folks.
Yeah, man. Watch out. Anyway, y'all have a good one.